Hello. Today we are covering Chapter 8 in the book The Infinite Way by Joel Goldsmith. And this chapter is on metaphysical healing. Healings are always in proportion to our understanding of the truth about God. We are only concerned with the truth of our being, the truth of God, man, idea, body. It's the activity of this truth in our consciousness that is the Christ, or the healing influence. When we ask the question, what is God? The only answer there is I am. God is the mind and the life of the individual. There is but one universal I, whether it's being spoken by Jesus Christ or by you or by me. When Jesus revealed, "He that sees me sees him that sent me," he was revealing a universal truth or principle. The revelation of Jesus the Christ is clear. I am the way, the truth, and the life. The truth is that God is the mind and life of the individual. God is the only I. Then comes the question, what is man? And the answer is that man is idea, body, and manifestation. My body is an idea or manifestation of God. Likewise, my business, home, wealth, these exist as idea, manifestation, or expression. For this reason and no other, my body is the exact image and likeness of my consciousness and reflects or expresses the qualities, character, and nature of my own consciousness of existence. So far, then, we understand that God is the mind and life of the individual. That body exists as the idea of God. God, or the I am, is universal, infinite, omnipotent, and omnipresent. Therefore, the idea body is equally indestructible, imperishable, and eternal. When we look out upon the world with our eyes, we are not beholding our bodies. We are not seeing this infinite divine idea body. We are looking at more or less a universal concept of the body. As we improve our concepts of idea, body, or manifestation, we term this improving of concepts a healing. Actually, nothing has happened to the so-called body. The change has come in the individual's consciousness and becomes visible as improved healing. That individual is the I am, life, truth, and love. And the body exists as perfect, spiritual, eternal, harmonious idea, subject only to the laws of principle, soul, and spirit. As infinite individual spiritual consciousness, I embody the idea of body, home, activity, income, health, wealth, and companionship. And these are subject only to spiritual law and life. Goldsmith writes that the body is not self-acting. It's governed harmoniously by spiritual power. All action is mind action. Therefore, omnipotent good action. When we know this truth, the body responds to this knowledge or understanding of truth. When we begin to understand that the body is not self-acting, that it responds only to the stimulus of the mind, we can then disregard so-called inharmonious bodily conditions and sit in the truth that life is forever expressing itself harmoniously, perfectly, and eternally as the divine idea body. The understanding that the I am of me is individual, infinite spiritual consciousness, embodying every right idea and governing it harmoniously. That is what brings about health, harmony, home, employment, recognition, peace, joy, and dominion. The activity of truth in individual consciousness is the only Christ. The activity of truth in individual consciousness constitutes the only Christ, the ever-present Christ. The activity of truth in our consciousness is the Christ of you. Goldsmith asks us to let the activity of truth in your consciousness be your first and last and only concern. And the Christ of you will also reveal itself in an individual, infinite way. Apparent discords in life will disappear as we are able to stop our resistance to them. We're able to do this only in proportion to our realization of the spiritual nature of the universe. Since this is true, it is evident that neither heaven nor earth can contain error of any nature, and therefore the unillumined human thought is seeing error in the very place where God shines through, discord where there is only harmony, hate where love abounds, and fear where confidence really is. The work on which we have embarked is the realization that we are individual, infinite spiritual consciousnesses, embodying within ourselves all good. Nothing can come to you, nothing can be added to you. You are already that place in consciousness through which infinity is pouring. We are that place where God becomes visible. We are the Word made flesh. Our source and that which constitutes us is God, infinite divine being. So whenever we are faced with a problem, regardless of its nature, we have to look for the solution within our own consciousness. In the quiet and calm of your own mind, let the answer to your problem unfold itself. As you learn to depend on this means for the working out of your problems and experiences, you will become more and more adept at quickly discerning your mind's revelation of harmony. He writes, "Do not be surprised when the outstanding truth unfolds to you that your consciousness is the all-power and the only power acting upon your affairs, controlling and maintaining your health, revealing to you the intelligence and direction necessary for your success in any and every walk of life. Now it becomes clear to you that God consciousness is the consciousness of individual man. It is the all-power and ever-presence which will never leave you. Now you know that all that can transpire in your experience is occurring within your consciousness and therefore is subject to its control. So release from fear, worry, and doubt leaves us free to function normally, healthfully, and confidently. Little did we know of the depth of the riches within us until we come to know the realm of our own consciousness, the kingdom of our soul. When the Christ dawns in individual consciousness, the personal self diminishes. This Christ becomes our real being. We have no desires, no will, no power of our own. It is the Christ that overshadows our personal selfhood. Become still and go into the temple of your being for the answer to some important question or the solution to a vital problem. We should still the thinking mind as far as possible and adopt a listening attitude. The stress of daily living would keep this connection to this great spirit from us unless we are careful to, as often as possible, go into the sanctuary of our inner being and in there let the Christ of your own being have your full attention. All answers, all life, all health, all abundance, all of everything lies within your own being. Be willing to go within. Be receptive. Be still. Listen with your entire heart to the still small voice within. And in there, you will find that there is nothing to heal. But as we sit in the inner presence of our Christ itself, all of our bodily issues, all of our financial issues, all that's happening is they are coming back into alignment with the truth of our being, with no assistance from us. So I leave you with these thoughts today. Nothing outside of you can hurt or harm you, as long as you stay connected to the inner greater you that is inside of your being. Sit in the presence of the greater presence for as long as possible and allow that presence to bring all things back into harmony, back into their right and perfect divine order. Much love, everyone. Have a beautiful day.